Hello, all you lovely people of YouTube. You've read the title, right? That is another Rips Talk Show. Now, I know it's been a hot minute since I've done one of these, and technically some of the past few uploads that I've posted could technically be considered a Rips Talk Show. But here I am to talk to all of you to, just chat. It's been a while since we've chatted. There's a lot to catch up. First of all, let's talk about, if you are an audio listener, this means nothing to you. But if you're watching this on video, then you see that I'm playing. Well, hang on, give me just 1 second. You'll see that I am playing Destiny 1 in the background. I'm playing Destiny 1 in the background just because I thought it'd be nice to play this game. Now, speaking of Destiny, I do want to talk about it just a little bit. First of all, we're a few days away from Festival of the Lost being officially over for 2025, and I want to talk about it. First of all, Festival this year, I feel like was a bit better, to be honest. I like a lot of the stat changes they made, and not only do I like that, I also like the fact that, what's another thing I like? I like the fact that it was Altars of Sorrow this time. And not only was it Altars of Sorrow, it was a mix of Altars of Sorrow and Onslaught. Now, there's a very, very specific reason that I really like Onslaught, and that's because, well, to be honest with you, it's just Halo 3. Did I just say Halo? Not the game I meant to say. It's just Gears of War 3 Horde when it comes to the defenses. Like, you set up a command post, and then you just start building defenses like sentries, decoys, barricades. I love Gears of War. So Onslaught was a very happy addition to me. And Festival of the Lost this year was built off of, well, Altars of Sorrow. But it had the Onslaught mechanics with the defenses, and I liked that. That was fun. It's going to be a little sad to see that go away, but I'm sure it'll be back next year, because that, like I said, was a really fun game mode, and I doubt they'd take that out. As in, like, take it out to where, like, it won't show up next year. Unless they do, like, different things each year, or be like, hey, we have Altars of Sorrow from last year, but we also have this, like, new thing that they make. I don't know, like Haunted something. Gotta have Haunted in the front, like Haunted Lost Sectors, Haunted Altars of Sorrow. I don't know. I will say the one thing that I will miss with the Altars of Sorrow stuff, not Altars of Sorrow. When I try to say Altars of Sorrow, I say Lost Sectors. And when I try to say Lost Sectors, I say Altars of Sorrow. I keep doing this, and my friends have been making fun of me for it. Not like a haha, you're an idiot kind of way. Like, haha, that's a funny mistake. Which it is. But yeah. I'll miss the dialogue, because there was some from Drifter, from Ido. I could do away with what's his name? I can't remember the name of Savathun's ghost. Umaru. That's it. Umaru. That would have bugged me. I should also mention that I don't have any guests today. This is a spur of the moment thing. I just want to record this because I'm thinking, instead of Thursdays, because for all of 2024, I was uploading these on a Thursday. Well, now, from here going forward, we're going to upload these on a Friday, which means I'm recording this on a Thursday. Speaking of the Thursday, I want to specifically talk about what day it is. It is November 6th, which is very important, purely because, not because like the day itself, but because this goes out November 7th. November 7th has me actually excited because that is the anniversary of Gears of War. This year, Gears of War, 19 years since the original Gears of War 1 came out. And I'm a big Gears of War fan. I might do a stream of the original Gears of War 1 on that day, but it will also be the 17-year anniversary of Gears of War 2. So I might just play Gears of War 2. But 19 is a bigger milestone than 17. But I really like Gears of War 2. I'm not saying I don't like the original Gears of War 1, but if I had to choose which one to play, I'm gonna choose 2. But for video's sake, it may make more sense to play 1. Although, theoretically, I could play 1 or 2 this year and 1 next year, because next year's next year's 20. Next year's 20 years. I have to play the original Gears of War 1 on the 20th anniversary. The fuck you mean? You know? It just makes sense. What else? I know I said I was going to talk about Destiny, and then I immediately started yapping about Gears. But another reason that this is important is because November 7th, the day this is uploaded, it's 2 days away from my birthday. My birthday will be on Sunday this year, November 9th. And on that day, I will turn 23. I'm 3 days, well, as of this video being uploaded, 2 days away from my birthday. And I don't know what to say about that. Because, I'm going to be 23. There's a lot of things I could say. None of them are appropriate for camera. You might be going, what the fuck does that mean? It means my personal life. There's a lot of, feelings I have, and none are appropriate for camera. Now, before you say anything, I'm not saying I can't be my authentic self. There's a thin line between what is being authentic and also what is too much to where my private life is being said. Because, well, I can't even say that part. Damn, that's crazy. What can I talk about? Well, the whole thing, Destiny. We're under a month from Renegades, and I haven't pre-ordered it, and that's not even I don't think it'll be good. I haven't pre-ordered it because I don't got the money. But if I did have the money, I would have pre-ordered because, despite all the people around, and I'm not just sitting here I'm a Bungie fan through and through. I think Bungie makes some terrible mistakes sometimes. Here's what I am. I am a major fan of the narrative of Destiny. Now, you could say that it ended with the Light and Dark saga, that Final Shape was the last thing you should ever play for playing Destiny. Now, I will say, for granted, the Light and Dark saga was phenomenal, and it may be a bit hard to live up to that, but I have confidence in Bungie's storytelling. Storytelling. As for certain things that they've been doing, I don't have too much confidence in them for. But when it comes to their storytelling, they have been setting up things for years. They have always set up things for years. This is going to be me info dumping about Destiny, so get ready. Let me break it down to you like this. 2017, I believe, unless it was late 2018, we have Curse of Osiris release. Curse of Osiris releases, and it drops a helmet from Destiny 1. That helmet being the Helm of Saint 14. And on the lore page, it's a conversation between Cade and Shaxx. I'd show it, but I'm playing Destiny 2. So you're just going to have to look up the lore page for the Helm of Saint 14 for Destiny 2. But it's a conversation between Shaxx and Cade, and they talk about how Satan was always about this guardian who saved him, and like how great this guardian was, and they talked about it, and so one of them mentions how he kind of sounded crazy anytime he brought it up, right? Um, and eventually, like, Shax goes to step away, and Cade asks him why, and he talks about how there's a new guardian who just showed up from the Crucible, from the Cosmodrome. And Cade jokes, maybe that'll be the one to end Crota. We can call them Crota's end. Which, fun fact for you all, I would show it, but I'm currently in a mission for the visual listeners. Crota's End is the name of the raid where you fully kill Crota. Now, if you're just a proper Destiny fan, then you would know that. That's so pretentious of me. What the fuck? Sorry. What I mean is, if you just play the game, you would know that like Crota's End is the name of the raid. If you don't play the game, then yeah. That was so mean to me. I'm so sorry, listeners. Damn, what the fuck is wrong with me? But anyway, like I said, 2017, 2018, that drops. We fast forward to 2019 or 2020. I don't know when this was because I wasn't playing during this time because I took a break from the game because I'll get into that in a bit. That I can get into. But I took a break from the game anyway. Shadowkeep. It's a season of Shadowkeep, Season of the Dawn. Saint 14 comes to life. And they set all they kind of hinted that with the Helm of Saint 14 when it came out. Bungie sets these things up, and it's either you can look at it and go, "Oh my god, is this what this means?" Or you look back after the thing has happened, you go, "Oh my god, they were telling us this the entire time." And I don't know. There's a lot of things. People can have all the complaints they want about Edge of Fate. I will I'll agree with the portal and stuff like that, where I feel like it just vaulted, soft vaulted everything that wasn't in the portal. And that's terrible. You should never do something like that in a game, especially when you're trying to build back trust. Because that is not a good way to build up trust. I'll tell you that right now. But what is a good way to build up trust? I'll tell you that. What am I getting at with that? I don't remember. Damn. I'm sorry, people. I just don't remember. Okay. It was about Destiny 2. Yes. Edge of Fate. There's a lot of things wrong with the Edge of Fate. But the one thing I will say, the campaign, I liked. I had fun with it. I love the characters, except for Ikora. I will say, Deborah Wilson didn't do bad as a stand-in for Ikora. By the way, fun fact, if you go play Edge of Fate now, it's not Deborah Wilson anymore. It's back to, I don't know her name. I don't know the Ikora voice actress. The current one. It's not the original one, and it's not Deborah Wilson, who plays Savathun. But it's the one before Deborah Wilson, but the one after the original. It's that lady again. I think, I kind of know what it is. The reasoning. It was, I'm pretty sure strikes were happening when, all that would have been recorded. Which, by the way, I got something to say about that. Not the having a fill-in. That's great. As long as you get the original, you get the voice actor to come in and fill their fucking role, right? Instead of just permanently replacing them. My issue is Heresy. Because Heresy, we didn't see that. Heresy, for those that don't know, the season or episode Heresy for Final Shape just didn't do that. They just, if the character didn't record their lines, it was just muted, which is embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. So like, what was crazy is like some things were recorded and some things weren't. So like, you'd hear like half a conversation sometimes, and the only 2 characters or 3 characters that had all their lines finished were Savathun. No, sorry, 4 characters actually were Savathun, Oryx. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. You can't play this content anymore. That's a whole thing I want to get into. It was Savathun, Oryx, Eris, and Drifter. By the way, I'm mad you can't play it anymore because, oh my god. I don't know his name. I don't know their name. But Drifter's voice actor absolutely killed it. He did so good. Oh my god. Like, that was an amazing performance. And like, he should be proud. And like Eris, I love seeing content with Eris always. Same with Drifter. I think we should see more with them, which is why I hope Drifter isn't immediately just sidelined in Renegades. But like, there's so much good stuff they can do. I know that for a fact. Whew. God. Destiny. Here's my thing. Here is my take. But before I say my take, I should drink water. Because drinking water is good for you. Okay. My take. I would be willing to sack an expansion, like an expansion just doesn't come out, if it means we get the narratives back. And I'm not just like talking like seasonal stuff, like bring back a planet. Let us play a campaign. And hell, you don't even gotta do it like all in one big drop. Like, if you be like, okay, right now we're adding Tangled Shore, and that means Forsaken is back. Anything that involves Forsaken or anything that involves that location is back. If it only involves that location, it's back. If it involves that location, in, like, for example, like, I think Season of Lost would be back, for example. So it's like, you get that, and you get, like, any, like, if you bring back the Tangled Shore, and then you get, like, everything beyond Lightyear and like Forsaken and Shadowkeep, not Shadowkeep here, because some of the planets are gone. But then like you go, okay, Mars is back, like D2 Mars, which means Warmind is playable again. Actually, I don't remember if you go to anywhere else in Warmind. As long as you only needed Mars, then Warmind's back. But then you could just bring Mars back and be like, other things will be added later. Once those things are back, Warmind's fully complete, right? Mercury. You can bring Mercury back. And it's like, okay, anything involving Mercury, that's there. Which I think would mean Season of the Dawn would be fully back. Because I don't think you needed Titan or Io, right? Then they bring back. Then they do their biggest drop, being like, okay, Titan and Io back. So if Curse of Osiris wasn't back now, it is. If Warmind wasn't back now, it is. And now the Red War campaign is back. And now you might be saying, okay, I'll hear you. What do we do about Red War like campaign? Because, well, here's the thing. Kate's dead. How do we work around that? Okay, well, here's my solution. So he's on the farm, okay? And you might be like, okay, well, what do you do when you beat the campaign? He's gone. And you might be saying, well, what if there's still vendor stuff after the campaign? You leave a thing there that will, like, almost acts as, like, a thing, like, I don't know, like, some sort of vendor that you can pick things up from. Like, even if it's, like, I don't know, just a literal, like, statue. Or, like, a fucking hologram. And then you just pick your things up from there. Like, that would go well. I think so. This is something I've thought about for a while. And then, like, slowly, you bring things back. You might be saying, well, here's how I would do, like, owning seasons. Because I know you did the whole kiosk of, like, you can buy an old season pass and whatnot and that bullshit. Here's how you really get people in. You bring back those campaigns, and you bring back the seasonal campaigns. And now I know what you're going to say. You're going to say size. The size of the game. Okay, here's my two solutions. You just don't give a fuck about the size. Because let me tell you, I would not give a fuck about the size. The game could be like, I don't know, like 200 or 300 gigabytes. I'd still download it. I'd still play it. Because that means I have everything at my fingertips. Could you imagine that? That'd be awesome. I love that. Optimize your game. And I wouldn't even have to think about that. Well, the second option is optimizing. Optimize your game better to where that could happen. And third option, make it to where you can choose what is and isn't installed. Spoiler alert, I'm going to keep everything installed. But, hey, it could be like, hey, we're going to do this raid later this week. Someone could, like, undownload, say they want to play Garden of Salvation for some reason. They could uninstall Lightfall and plug in Shadowkeep, which brings in all the Shadowkeep stuff. So then, like, they can play Garden of Salvation, and then that's all done and dusted. And, like, I think that's a solid way to do it. Because let me tell you something. I am very, I love playing narratives. I really do. And if like people were able to experience the Destiny narrative start to finish, like they could play like D1 like I am right now, play those campaigns, and then like play Red War to Final Shape, like the entire Light and Dark saga, including all the seasons. Holy, that would sell a lot. I know someone who said that if they did that, they would drop 100 at least. Because they didn't get to play that stuff. But they said that they would be willing to drop that kind of money. Now, I'm not saying make it that egregious. And if the people already owned it before, don't make them pay for it again. You know? But like, God, that would make Bungie so much money. Like, so many people would be willing to buy, like, cosmetics because they'd be like, oh, I'm playing all of these campaigns. I might as well buy, like, this ornament set because I'm going to be watching all of these cutscenes that people spent their times on. And so I'll see all of my cool character. So I want my character to be cool. So I'll just buy these cosmetics and yada, yada. You'll make money. You'll make so much money. I know you like money. You're, like, corporate executives. That's how you make money. If you bring that back, people will pay for shit. I know that for a fact. People will fucking buy so many more cosmetics because they'll be like, oh, well, I'm playing Red War. Might as well buy the Stormtrooper cosmetic for my Titan. That's not something I'm going to do because I don't play on Titan. I'm just saying as the average player, because I'm pretty sure average players are Titans. I don't know. I'm a Warlock. But like, for example, for me, I sometimes play on Hunter. One of the things I did, I bought the Vanguard Dare set to do a Cade cosplay in the game. And, you know, that's a whole reason, like, because there are so many campaigns at the time. To see all these cool cutscenes with quote-unquote Cade. Like, that's the kind of thing that I know people will do. And that's not even like, oh, I'm going to cosplay a character. But, like, they're going to make their character, their Guardian look cooler. It's going to keep people in the game for longer. And, like, sure, like, that then gets rid of the issue of, like, people can't say there's nothing to do because there would be so much to do. Because, like, just like, say someone likes to do PvE. They have so many campaigns to do. They'd have, like, they'd have Red War, Curse of Osiris, Warmind, Forsaken, and then, like, you make Shadowkeep Beyond Light replayable, and then you bring in all of the seasons too. Holy, that would be the most insane replayability, because, like, you have, like I said, you have all the seasons back, which means that's the 3 seasons from Forsaken, that's the 4 seasons from Shadowkeep, 4 seasons from fucking Beyond Light, 4 seasons from Witch Queen, 4 seasons from Lightfall, 3 episodes from Final Shape. So 12 plus 6. That's 18. You get 18 more campaigns. 18! And that's just the seasons. 18 campaigns. And that's all of their activities. All of it. People would line up to play that. Oh my God, they would. I know they would. I'm very passionate about this stuff. If that wasn't obvious. I love Destiny. And I want what's best for Destiny. And, like, I get it. I'm just some person. But, like, I genuinely think that it would be really good for Destiny to do that kind of stuff. It would bring so much, like, to the table, so much to play. It would be amazing. It would be wonderful. And I would love every second of it. I really would. I'd love every second of it. Because, to tell you the truth, I love Destiny. No matter, like, what people say. Nobody can make me hate Destiny. But, like, think of all the people. Think of everyone that would get into Destiny if they did that. There would be so many new players, so many new lights. And like I said, the whole money thing, purely for, like, that's what gets executives to listen. But, like, there'd be, you could experience everything. And if you make it replayable, people are going to stay on the game longer because they'll want to replay it. There are people like me who will replay everything, every single step, just to experience it all again. And I'm not saying, and you could go about the whole thing about, oh, just remake a character. There are some people who are attached to their gear, attached to their whole stuff, and most importantly, want to keep their veteran dialogue, like me. And you might say, well, that doesn't really matter, yada, yada, yada. I don't care. It means something to me. And there are people like me who feel the same way, who don't want to delete their Guardian, but who want to replay these campaigns, but just can't. The only way I can replay Beyond Light or Shadowkeep is if I just play it with somebody else, and even then I'm not experiencing the whole thing again. And that sucks. Like, a lot. I want to be able to experience it all again. All over again. And I would do it in a heartbeat. I'm not even kidding. I truly would. Because I like it. I like it a lot. Destiny is where I made a lot of my friends. Growing up. Hell, it helped build so many stories with me and my friends. We made so many things because of Destiny. So many characters, so many things. And I don't know, Destiny means a lot to me. And I understand that it's in a rough spot. That it's in a rough shape. But it's got to count for something, right? All of it has to count for something. Because if it doesn't, then what are we doing? I don't know. I love Destiny. As could probably be guessed from my yapping about it. But like, I don't know. You can say what you want. I'm not gonna. I may dislike what the developers do, but I will not stop hating the game I love. I may take breaks, because like we're not like forced to play it. I may take breaks, but at the end, when I'm really feeling it, I get back on. I play this game with all these characters that I love, with this franchise that I love, to experience these stories. Whether I experience a story I've already played, or I play a new one that hasn't come out, that just came out. Because I'll play Renegades. I'll play it the entire time. And I'll be happy doing it. I don't know. I like all the characters. Except Ikora. I just don't like Ikora. I want to learn more about Micah. I read every lore page that is about her. She's awesome. I want more. I want just on the topic of Destiny with like I guess like I want like Saint to be like a main lead for an expansion. That's about it, you know. This may be a bit of a shorter one, but you know what? That's okay. Because, I don't know. Well, really, it's okay just because, like, we're getting back into the swing of things. Next time you hear from me, I'll more than likely be older. I'll be 23. Which is haunting. I know I said that like a joke, but dear God. I don't want it. But yeah. Thank you all so much for listening to this shorter episode of Ripstock Show. If you liked what you heard, well, thanks. Thank you for listening to me chat. It's good to be back. I know I'm not putting out content as frequently as I was for like the first first half of 2024, but I'm gonna try to get around to doing so. Get back in the swing of things, as they say. Because I like doing this for people. I like making content for people to watch. And I like doing it. It's a way to capture memories. It's a way to just like capture these moments. And I hope you enjoy experiencing this moment with me. So, thank you all so much for listening or watching. And I will see you in whatever I do next. Goodbye, everyone.